There is a particular kind of a bench that does not apologize for what it is. It does not try to be elegant or refined. It does not hide its joinery or smooth away every soma. It is what it is, a sturdy, honest, functional seat made from wood that shows its character. This is the rustic bench, and when you build it yourself, it becomes something more. It becomes a statement of independence, a testament to the idea that you do not need a factory or a catalog to furnish your home. You need wood, you need tools, you need a few hours, and you need the willingness to make something with your own hands. A rustic bench is defined by its materials. It is not built from perfect, kiln-dried, straight-edged lumber from a big box store. It is built from wood that has lived. Reclaimed barn wood with its grey patina and nail holes and weathering. Rough-sawn cedar, still bearing the marks of the sawmill. Live edge slabs, where the natural contour of the tree becomes the edge of the seat. Even ordinary construction lumber, left untreated and unstained, can become rustic if you let it show its knots and its grain and its more imperfection. The point is not to hide the wood's character. The point is to celebrate it. Think about the difference between a bench that comes from a store and a bench you build yourself from rough materials. The store bench is finished. It is complete. It has no story beyond its purchase. The bench you built is different. It carries the memory of your hands. It shows the cut you made, the joint you fitted, the finish you applied. Every time you look at it, you remember the afternoon you spent building it, the satisfaction of solving a problem, the pride of creating something from nothing. That memory is part of the bench. It makes the bench yours in a way that no store-bought object can ever be. The form of a rustic bench is simple, almost primitive. A thick slab fir seat, two sturdy supports for the legs, sometimes a backrest, sometimes not. Sometimes a stretcher between the legs for stability. Sometimes the solid weight of the wood. The joinery can be as simple as screws driven through the top, or as refined as a mortise and a tenon joint cut by hand. The beauty of rustic furniture is that it does not demand perfection. A slightly crooked leg is not a flaw, it is character. A gap in a joint is not a mistake, it is ventilation. The rustic aesthetic embraces the handmade, the imperfect, the real. This is liberating for the DIY builder. You do not need a workshop full of expensive tools. You do not need years of experience. You need a saw, a drill, some sandpaper, and the willingness to try. A rustic bench can be built in a single afternoon, from a single plank and a few pieces of scrap. It can be built on a balcony, in a driveway, or a picnic table. It does not require precision to the millimeter. It requires only that you care enough to make something sturdy, something that will hold a person's weight, something that will last. The choice of wood for rustic bench is part of its identity. Pine is soft, affordable, and takes paint or stain beautifully. It will show dings and scratches over time, but that only adds to its rustic character. Oak is hard and heavy, with a bold grain that announces itself. A rustic oak bench will outlast you, its surface darkening and smoothing with use. Cedar is light, aromatic, and naturally resistant to rot, making it ideal for a bench that will live outdoors. Reclaimed wood, whatever species it happens to be, carries the history of its previous life. The grey of weather, the ghost of old paint, the square holes of long ago nails. Each wood brings its own voice to the bench. The finish of a rustic bench is another opportunity for character. You can leave the wood raw, letting it weather and age on its own. You can sand it smooth and apply a clear oil, protecting the wood while allowing its grain to show. You can paint it, though rustic paint jobs are often deliberately imperfect, showing the wood beneath. You can burn the surface with a torch, a technique called shouzigibang, creating a dark, textured finish that is both beautiful and weather resistant. You can distress it deliberately, adding dings and scratches to make a new bench look old. Each finish changes the bench's personality, its relationship to the surface it occupies. I'm curious about your own experience with building. Have you ever built a piece of furniture? Let me know in the comments below. So until next time, happy decorating.